Hello, everybody. My name is Morgan, and you are watching the Drawing Board Advice Show, a show where real people are in rough spots in their lives, so they write into our show so we can provide both real and funny advice. That's right, real funny advice. All right, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's dive right into things. Our question today comes from a boy named Joey. Let's see what's going on. Joey's question reads, Hey guys, I'm a 15-year-old boy starting his sophomore year of high school, and I found this girl that I really like. Problem is, she's kind of mean. She's very pretty and we get along really well, but she insults people often and screams at people for things that aren't even their fault. How can I ask her sorry, how can I ask her out without getting my feelings hurt? Thanks ahead of time. I'm a huge fan of the show. Alright, so I guess firstly, thank you for listening to the show, but are you sure she's right for you, Joey? Let's go back to a specific sentence in this paragraph here. Problem is, she's kind of mean. Is that what you want? Is that what you want in a significant other? Someone who's kind of mean? I guess I don't know how mean kind of mean is. Because that could range anywhere from a swastika tattoo all the way down to something as innocent as like stealing or asking somebody for a pencil in class, but not actually leaving the pencil back. Because, that's kind of mild. You forget about that. It wasn't necessarily your fault. Uh, However, I think it does err further away from the pencil thing because I'm going to take another excerpt from this paragraph. Screams at people for things that aren't their fault. Do you know how fucking intense it is to be screamed at? Screams are extreme. Man, I don't think in my entire life I have ever had to scream at somebody. You should never be in a situation, excluding emergencies, where you have to scream. Like, especially, you're a 15-year-old. I'm assuming she's at least close to the 15 age. When I was 15, there wasn't a single thing I could have been screaming about. Maybe I had friends that would like scream when they were playing Call of Duty or some shit, but absolutely not, dude. She sounds pretty insane. Um, so I guess my first bit of advice here is to make sure that she's right for you, because you sound like a polite little chipmunk, and she does not seem like she's very compatible. I guess aside from that, though, I'm going to give advice as if I think you should go for it, which to be entirely clear, I do not. Um, Always hang out with the person prior to you asking them out to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend, because you never know how they are, like when they're not around other people. I'm a completely different person. That's not true. I'm pretty same, like all around. But for the most part, I'd say people are different when they're with their friends relative to when they're in front of teachers or they're in front of like their parents. And it's important that you see all sides of somebody before you associate them with yourself like that. Because not that people's opinions matter, but people are gonna judge you pretty hard if, let's say, you start dating her and turns out like she strangles cats in her spare time. That sounds like it's right up her alley. Um, so yeah, definitely make sure that you hang out with her, you do something, um, and make sure it's a good first date. You don't even have to classify it as a date. Just make sure you do something that's representative of your character and hers as well, where you guys can actually like talk and have a conversation with each other. For example, don't go to the movies. Don't Netflix and chill because that's not gonna get anywhere except in your guys' pants. And yeah, I'm sure you want that, but it sounds like you may want a little bit more. So maybe go to your parents, ask them to drop you a little bit of capital, some cash, and take her out to dinner. Have both your parents take you or some shit like that. Just make sure whatever you do, you're actually having a conversation with her. Um, Lastly, it's important that what if you get past that step, which if she's mean to you or if she's like yelling or screaming even at the waiter or waitress where you go, I that's another no. But it looks like you just ignore that like all these other problems in this paragraph. But lastly, don't don't not be yourself when you ask her. I know I've got a lot of friends who have been in relationships where in the beginning they acted like this perfect version of themselves. And I'm not saying don't like fart on the first date and that kind of stuff, but you shouldn't you shouldn't go like overboard and buy like two bouquets of flowers for this girl you've been on one date with just to get her to go out with you. I think your best rate of success here is to just be real, go up to her and say, "Hey, Sarah," or whatever the fuck your name is. Maybe not that exactly, but hey, Sarah, look, I really like you. I've enjoyed the time that we've spent together here recently, and I want to keep doing that. Most importantly, I want to get to know you exclusively. Will you be my girlfriend, or will you be my boyfriend if it's another gender asking? Um, it's just important that you represent yourself in whatever way is most accurate, because if you're real with them, they're going to be real right back with you, which is a really good thing. If they say no, then they're real about it and they're not stringing you along. And if they say yes, then yeah, that's great. You could be afraid of your wife for your entire life, according to this question. So, guys, that is our question for today. I hope it summed up all of your answers. If any of you guys have different suggestions, be sure to leave them down in the comment section for Joey here, so he will know to check the video. Um, Remember, if anybody has a question of their own, you can email those to us at drawingboardshow@gmail.com, and we'll either answer them live here on our show on YouTube, or we have a weekly podcast called the Drawing Board Advice Podcast, where we'll answer 3 or 4 questions a week, even more in depth, with more humor injected, more personality, less video. It's more of an audio type deal, but it's still a lot of fun. That can be found on iTunes and Google Play. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you back here next week. It'd be funny if I just there's just like 4 minutes of silence on here, like 4 minutes of me whispering or like background noise, like brushing my teeth or some shit. Pretty fucking weird if I brushed my teeth immediately after this, right? I think so.